more Fleshy P, three guys, more puff. Fleshy P, Russ Factor, Fleshy P, three guys, one puff, Fleshy P, Russ Factor, three guys, one puff. Back again, the trio's here. Slot Master, Russ Factor, Fleshy P. Another episode ready. Join the world's greatest symphony. Laughter and stories, dive into the fun. Three guys, one pod, where legends are spun. Three guys, one pod, the finest around. Slot Master leads with insights profound. Russ Factor brings the jokes, never a flaw. Fleshy P adds charm, leaving us in awe. The best podcast in the whole wide world. These three voices like flags unfurl, bringing stories, laughter, and delight. With three guys, one pod, everything feels right. Every Wednesday, they're here to entertain. Slot Master, Russ Factor, Fleshy P, never mundane. Episode by episode, raising the bar high. How does it keep getting better? Hard to defy. Better and better, never a dull spree. Bringing humor and tales, it's pure glee. Three guys, one pod, the trio in the stride. A podcast experience that's a true joyride. Three guys, one pod, the finest around. Slot Master leads with insights profound. Russ Factor brings the jokes, never a flaw. Fleshy P adds charm, leaving us in awe. The best podcast in the whole wide world. These three voices like flags unfurl, bringing stories, laughter, and delight. With three guys, one pod, everything feels right. Three guys, one pod, Slot Master. Three guys, one pod, Russ Factor. Three guys, one pod, Fleshy P. Three guys, one pod. The best podcast that you ever did heard. It's the word on the streets. Haven't you heard? I rhymed heard with heard. What you gonna do about it? It's three guys, one pod. Let's begin.
Howdy, howdy. Good to be with you here on a beautiful Hump Day Wednesday. Slot Master 316. About 1,222 miles, give or take a couple hundred miles. Old pal Russ Factor. Hi, Russ Factor. What say you?
Hi, gang.
And if I look, I walk right out my front door. Look straight up. I can almost see Russia, but first there's Fleshy P and Duzzy. What goes on? What say you?
What's up?
Heidi.
No matter what, no matter how much money you spend, no matter how things get set up, you may not even touch them since the last time you did a podcast. When was the last time we did a podcast? Thursday? Last Thursday?
I think we did it last Wednesday. We ended up doing it.
Wednesday?
Yeah.
Okay. Haven't touched my computer. Haven't touched my setup since then. My computer wouldn't turn on.
Yeah. What's going on?
Don't know. Then computer turns on. Keyboard wouldn't work. Then after that, I had to restart the computer. Just turn it off, turn it back on. Just hit the power button again. For extended push.
Yeah. We'll hold it down.
Then I get on here and it's just nothing but buzz.
That might have been my fault, because when we did the podcast together, that was messing with it because there was two of us in the same room, and every time you would talk, your microphone would kick in and it would go. So I turned it off.
Okay, well I blame you.
Cross?
But now we're here.
But I knew how to tell him to turn it off, so at least I remembered what the fuck I did.
Thank you, Russ Factor. Yeah. And you also went 3 minutes without dropping an F-bomb. We're clear now. Now you can drop as many F-bombs as you want.
I just did one a minute ago.
Hey, snuck one in there.
I snuck one in. It was real sly.
No. Okay.
Is there a time limit on the F-bomb?
Yeah, I think so.
About a minute and a half. You go about a minute and a half, you're clear.
Yeah.
Then you're on YouTube. That is. Twitch is.
From the chat, Maddie McCraven says, never mind. I'm not going to say it.
Hi, Maddie McCravens. Good to be with everybody. Hopefully everybody's having a beautiful day. I just had a long day. at work. So just got back. It was about a 12-hour day. It's what we're looking at, 10, 11 and a half. It's long days. These days get long during these times of years when the sun still shines. The slot master is still working. So,
Oof.
there you go. Russ Factor. Let's see. What did we do since we last chatted? I don't even remember.
Me nothing, dude. I turned 41 and I just stopped for a week. Apparently.
You know who else stopped for a week is we actually almost had to send a APB, a welfare check on Papa Juan. Nobody heard from him for about 2 days.
Really?
Turns out he got back from Vegas, took a bunch of NyQuil, fell asleep, and now has influenza B.
He took he fell asleep for like a week. He take like a Hawk to a girl style nap after a crypto scam or something.
Not a Haktua style nap. About 35 to 40 hours.
Oof.
Damn.
Damn. Now he has influenza B.
Yeah, and he gave that to Bob. He's always the one that gets everybody sick, just for the record.
Well, the time I got sick, it was that other fucker we don't talk about anymore.
Other fucker we don't talk about anymore.
King.
I don't know how that is. There's a lot of fuckers we don't talk about anymore. But he got Bob sick, so Buffalo Bob's under the weather.
Yeah.
So there's that. So he's Bumble Bob, I guess.
Bumble Bob.
That same guy. Why do I not know who that is? I don't know. Anyway, so what's going on in your life, Russ Factor? Fleshy P, what's going on in your life?
Nothing much for me.
Fleshy P, was that picture you sent of that white truck? Is that your truck?
Yes, it was. That's
for
what's
real?
going on in my life.
Yeah.
Russ
like
Factor,
it.
pull that
I
up.
like it. We got to pull this up here. Hold on.
We've got to pull this up. Fleshy P put some new accessories on his pickup truck. On that pickup truck, you got to scroll it a little to the right.
Hold on. I'm going to pull it up in an actual window here, like a professional. Hold on.
Okay.
Like
Yeah, definitely take your time.
professional. There you go.
Okay, now zoom in on that bad boy right there. That says high class white trash. And Russ Factor said the only thing you need is a little Calvin peeing on one end or the other on some form of. You need to get Calvin peeing on an American flag since you're Canadian and you guys are supposed to hate us.
Yeah, Evan put a
no.
little Canadian flag on his back, so it makes sense.
I'm a little too close to northern Idaho to be doing stuff like that. Those boys will jump across the border to get me.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think about that. They're right across that creek over there, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, they're looking over. I think I got a thumbs up from an Idaho plate today when he seen the decal.
Yeah. What's her name? Could see Russia from her backyard. Fleshy's like, I look out back and I just see a bunch of dudes in northern Idaho just eyeing me.
Last time we chatted, Fleshy P, not only did you
potatoes. That's what
didn't
Fleshy yells.
he? Yeah. Not only did you get that high class white trash sticker, you got some new on your work truck. You got some new tires, right? Did you ever make it down there?
Skins. Got some new skins. Yeah.
Ooh.
Got time to put the summer skins on. That's a good feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna rock that puppy.
And then it
Is that-
snowed.
Oh yeah,
And then it snowed.
Snowed the same day. So I was in the
No.
tire shop having my tires done, and it out of the blue, it just started to blizzard.
Did you go, no way? What's this all about?
Oh no!
No.
Fleshy P
So when
sent me.
I was doing all the paperwork, and the lady says to me, "Well, see you next winter." So I walked out the door, and then I turned around and walked right back in and said, "Hi."
Can you put them bitches right back on? That's so funny. That's good stuff. Then in other news, I was reading that. Did you see this, Russ Factor? It was what is today? The 9th? I think it was.
April 9th.
I think it was today. Just recently. Because this is April 9th. It says it was published at 2:30 Pacific time, so 4:30 my time, 2:30 your guys' time. Dateline, Los Angeles. The wife of Weezer bassist Scott Schreiner was shot by the cops during a wild chase in L.A. And then she was booked for attempted murder.
What?
The California Highway Patrol, Ponch and John, and other LAPD officers responded to a hit and run on Tuesday on the freeway. Okay, so it was yesterday. Winding through Eagle Rock neighborhood of Los Angeles, 3 suspects fled the scene on foot. One bailed out of his vehicle, climbed over the freeway embankment, and ended in the residential street. The suspect then stripped off some of his clothing, tried to blend into the neighborhood, but it didn't work.
What?
As cops scoured the area, officers went into the backyard of a house where the suspect had fled. Scott's wife, bassist from Weezer, Jillian Lauren, emerged from the couple's house next door, gun in hand. It's unclear if she fired. Officers yelled at her to drop the weapon, but cops say she ignored multiple commands, and LAPD says she then pointed her weapon at the officers. They fired, striking her shoulder, and then she ran back in the house.
She was standing here as they put her in the ambulance. As you see, she's kind of standing, so who knows what.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Lauren was taken to a hospital and treated for non-life-threatening injuries. 30 minutes later, after she was shot, Lauren and her babysitter... Lauren needs a babysitter? Lauren and her babysitter emerged from the house with their hands up and surrendered to the cops. She was taken to the hospital and treated for non-life-threatening injuries, gunshot wound, and was later booked for attempted murder. LAPD say the officers recovered a 9 milli in the residence. The original suspect was apprehended and the two are still on the loose. Lauren said to lead a colorful life. She wrote a book called Some Girls, My Life in a Harem, which chronicles her time as a guest of the Prince of Brunei.
Am I allowed to show this tattoo on? But that's her, and wow, that's
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
quite a
cocaine is a
story.
hell of a drug.
It sounds like AI wrote this story.
That was a terribly. It's either my comprehension or like some very
something
poor AI shit.
I cannot wait to hear what happened here because this is wild. Like
I would probably
Weezer's on the
be shocked
tail end
too.
of their career, right? Like what's his wife doing? Like aiming guns at police officers.
I mean, there's got to be some sort of explanation, right?
Why do you think you'd be shot too, Des? They would probably just shoot you because.
Oh, you're a sweet thing. Because when I watch like cops or the shows that you watch with the cops arresting,
The shows that I watch.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. It's all me.
it's all you. There's so much shit going on and so many things being yelled at you. You don't know whether to wind your ass or scratch your watch. And lights are flashing. I'd be standing there with a gun.
I was doing the same thing. You found it first.
I'd be waiting for the music.
When Fleshy P come run for you.
You know he's gonna shoot me.
Speaking of cops, I used to watch Cops every Saturday night religiously.
Yeah.
My mom and dad, when we were youngsters, 10, 11, 12, 13, would order us a pizza from my dad's Big Cheese Pizza, the greatest pizza that's ever lived, on Saturday nights. Pizza'd get delivered right about the time Cops would turn on 7 p.m. CST on Fox. We'd settle in. We'd watch a little Cops. We'd have a fantastic evening. So I pride myself on watching Cops, and I watched probably every episode from its inception until about 95, 96.
Yeah.
And then watched quite a few episodes after because they came to my old hometown of Wichita. So Fleshy P, don't bow your head in disgust that you watch Cops. There's lots of us out there.
I love Cops. Didn't they used to do it live?
That was called Live PD, and yes.
That came a little later,
right.
yeah.
My favorite, there was an episode I was watching Live PD, and this guy just bolts out of his house, runs over to the cops. He says, "What? I've just watching you on the TV. It was the neighbor, and he was watching it.
5 minutes of fame.
He just comes running out of the house. He had his shirt off, and he said, "I'm just watching this on the TV. I didn't know this is Leroy's house."
Eating soup and getting fat and sassy he was.
I loved Live PD. That was fantastic. What a brilliant idea that was.
That was.
And they took it off the air because of like all the tensions between all the cops during the whole George Floyd era when they were talking about defund the police and such.
Right.
Yeah,
That's when
and
it ended. It ended pretty abruptly.
Well, it was
right
too easy
after that.
for like people who were gonna do some terrible shit to like basically they were basically doxing themselves, and if these dudes would have had a chance to do some terrible shit, it would have been on live stream on the fucking global in real time. So yeah,
2006,
they yanked it.
2016, it was on the A&E network. It was live. It was fantastic. I thought that that show was awesome. I believe that you can watch it now, stream it live on probably YouTube or A&E. But man, I tell you what, that show was fantastic. The funny thing is, those guys used to those police officers became really like not super, but like stars.
Yeah.
I remember the one guy had a whole bunch of tattoos, and his name was Sticks, Sergeant Sticks. Remember that guy, Fleshy P?
He even started hosting a few shows
Yeah.
after a while. Yeah.
That's
That
Sticks.
was
Where was he from? He was from
it's
like
Twin's favorite guy.
what is that city in the U.S. there?
maybe Utah. Was he from Utah or Oregon? I don't remember where Sticks is from. But for
it's
some reason he was. I think it was upper.
Yeah, and one of them was out here. There was the bald guy with the hat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think actually Sticks was from Tulsa PD, because that's where they started. Tulsa
Yeah,
PD was one of the
Tulsa.
ones that it was Tulsa was one
It
of
was
the
Tulsa.
original ones that gave them license to do that. And they paid him a whole bunch of money. And then Dan Abrams was the host, right? The little short, mousy looking dude. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's good.
this was the Phoenix guy that I always remembered.
Do you remember Tom Morris Jr.? Hold on a second. That wasn't his name.
He's from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
He is
Yeah, Sean Larson.
lot of
Larkin.
crime down
Larkin.
there.
Larkin. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
That's my
Tulsa.
granddad's name.
What was the
Your granddad's name was
Wait,
Larkin?
what
Last
was
name?
the,
Or?
the street you
first
grew
name?
up on? What about your
The name of your first pet,
your mother's maiden name?
mother's maiden name, high
I have
school
to think
mascot.
about that. She's been married a lot.
What was your high school mascot?
What was the
The color
What
of
was
your
the
first car?
the other guy that was on there, the host? The not the host, but Sticks would come in sometime, and then the other guy was like a color commentator, and he'd just be like, "These boys are up to some no good right now. They are going to be in trouble." And that's all he would say. He'd be like Charles Barkley. You know, Charles Barkley would always have something funny to say. This guy'd be like, "I do not know what these fellas are up to, but they are up to no good.
These terrible knuckleheads.
These knuckleheads are up to no good." Yeah, but in 2020, because it was around COVID, I believe, right? They canceled Live PD
Yep.
after the murder of Mr. Floyd and all those riots and protests and all that stuff. So that wasn't good. That I was sad that they got rid of Live PD. They need to bring that back.
I think the way things are going, it might just come back, actually. I mean, that's good TV.
Yeah.
Yes. Did anybody? When was the last time you turned your TV on? Other than to watch like YouTube? Do you watch the YouTube on your TV there, Fleshy?
What else do you
I do,
don't
and I'm glad you asked.
Who has cable?
I just
That's the
discovered a
question
bunch
you
of
should-
channels yesterday. I
Hold
was
on,
playing with my TV, and because I do have a cable box, I never use it. I just use the apps on it, and I go to Netflix or a Prime or YouTube. But just the other day, I was going through the actual TV, and I was like, we got all these channels.
It's wild. You have cable.
And then I kind of realized,
Well, we have to get internet.
yeah, I have
You
to
don't have to have the TV
cable.
service.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, I do.
No.
Through our provider, yeah.
No
They're-
way.
They're Canadian.
Oh no.
Seriously.
They got you by the cojones here
That's
in Canada.
insane.
We have to
I've had
do-
internet
yeah.
through the cable company for years, but I've never had cable my entire adult life.
They
No.
switched
Just to
that.
have
They
internet, you have to have basic cable. So our internet costs us,
That
what
is-
is it, 100 and-
I think our internet costs us about $160.
I mean, mine's
a
the
month.
same price. I just don't get cable. Mine's a 180 a
yeah,
month.
we when we first got that type of stuff, streaming services, we had to have the cable, and it was like 6 channels or 8 channels or something. That was the lowest tier, and it came with it when we originally. That's when I cut the cord. Said sayonara, cord. Adios.
Oh, see,
Hasta la vista.
Good run. See you out there.
we pay the 160 a month. Then we pay for Amazon. We pay for YouTube. We pay for Netflix.
Oh yeah.
Yada yada yada.
My
Yeah, none of
streaming
that's
service
right.
bill is like 3 times the amount of a cable bill.
Fuck cable.
But fuck cable. I mean, but honestly, I still do that because like whenever we go on vacations and stuff, to like hotels and like a lot of them have cable, or dish or whatever, and like we scroll through it and I'm like, God, I still feel like we're getting a better deal. Like I couldn't imagine just being stifled into these channels, all the ads in between. Like we use our streaming services and we fluctuate a few
hang
of
on.
them.
Does your Amazon not have ads now?
No, I paid the extra $2.99 to not have ads.
Ads.
Yeah, Desi.
They got me on that one too.
Yeah,
I had
the
that
extra.
in. And what's funny is you pay Amazon Prime yearly, but they will not let you pay a yearly fee to get rid of it. You pay that. That's a $2.99 charge on my card every month. You cannot do an annual on that. It's separate.
No,
Yeah.
siree, Bobski.
I'm no ads everywhere. I can't deal with ads. The only one we had ads is I got this deal with, and it's already long over, but we had Peacock, which was NBC.
You have what?
Ugh.
Peacock, and the thing they gave us, like they got me on this like
Really hard on-
$60 deal, and I was like, oh, that's a good deal. And then we started watching it one night, and I was like, oh, but it has ads. This is the worst deal. I would have never got this if I knew it had ads.
What about cell service and cell providers?
I'm
Like,
on T-Mobile.
you
I have 2 lines
What
is
kind-
$100, no taxes.
Really?
Piss
Yeah.
off.
What'd you say? 200?
2 lines is $100 a month, no tax, no fees, unlimited.
Yeah, I got one of them T-Mobiles, but mine's an extra $100, and I have multiple lines and an Apple Watch
yeah, mine's
and an
50.
iPad.
Mine's
on that
$50 a line and shit. Yeah.
situation.
Okay.
I think I
Well,
could
we're
get
not
like an
too
iPad for like
different.
$15 a month extra or whatever. But what do you guys do in Canada with that? It's probably insane, right?
Well, me
No.
personally, I go through Kudo. I got 2 lines. We got
Kudo.
We got 60 gigabytes of data each, and it's about
Cooter Mobile.
$145 a month.
Oh.
Cooter, no, it's Kudo. Not-
That includes our cell phones. Like,
but I'm gonna call it Cooter from now on.
Cooter Mobile.
but that
So you
includes
get-
our cell phone price too. So
I mean, what a more Canadian. Their slogan is "Kudo, choose happy." It's 60 gig for $39 a month, plus a free perk, unlimited long distance to 27 countries.
Dude, they said 60 get like you have a limit. I mean T-Mobile technically.
How many different countries? You know, none of those countries are the U.S. I can't call my neighbor.
Wow.
It says it's unavailable in my area, so I can't see. Manitoba, Ontario, Quebec, Saskatchewan, Prince Edward, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Newfoundland, and Labrador. What's Labrador?
It's a dog.
it's a maritime.
It's a part of Newfoundland. It's called Newfoundland and Labrador.
Oh.
Yeah.
But
So-
yes, there's always a limit on your data.
We actually just added that a few years back. When I was in school, they used to just call it Newfoundland, and
See,
now we had to add Labrador to appease the Labradorians.
T-Mobile
So it's-
tells me I have no limit, but like if you read the fine print, they're like, if you go over 50 gig on 1 line a month, we're gonna throttle your shit.
Throttle the.
But they don't charge you extra. But they throttle the
No.
fuck out of you if you go over 50 gig. I've never done. I mean, it's a phone. I'm always on Wi-Fi. I never go over it. But there is a limit until things get just unusable. But they say unlimited.
I want to see what Canadian relative. I want to see what Kudo broadcasts off of. What
Cooter Mobile.
Towers
That's what we're calling
does?
it
Yeah, I believe they go
Kudo
through
use?
TELUS, which is our
TELUS
main
5G. Yeah, TELUS.
Yeah.
now.
So it's basically like cricket here in the States, right, Russ?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you think that's what
TELUS
Kudu
is basically the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Nice.
just bounce
You got
off
5G up there, Fleshy P.
They say we do, but we were in Save On Foods and couldn't get we were in 7-Eleven and couldn't get service.
I'm hearing
Yeah,
I'm hearing that
7-Eleven.
I'm hearing the 7th largest metropolitan in the United States, and my 5G. There's a lot of times if I force my phone to go to 4G, my shit's faster.
My service is the greatest service ever,
Is this satire?
except at the casino.
Oh,
I was
yeah,
gonna say until you set foot in the casino.
yeah.
I take 2 steps into that casino.
Wow, wow.
Well,
I
can't
travel
do it.
all throughout here, and I mean we're right dead center in the mountains. So
Selkirk Loop.
everywhere we go, we're going through passes and things like that. And I could basically flag every dead zone.
We know. We're like, oh, I'll call you back. I'm coming
Yeah.
up to wherever. And
I have a dead zone right down baseline, down that big street you come from the freeway. You know the big long street you come from the highway. There's a dead
that's where
zone.
I normally come.
Yeah, there. Yeah, you do. I watch. There's a dead zone
right on
right
the
by
highway.
right by the local neighborhood bar. So every time we're coming home, I'm always like,
Fuck it, I'll do it live.
I'm always like changing songs on the radio because like we want to listen to shit. And I look up and I see a certain sign for like 42nd Street, and I'm like, oh, this isn't gonna load. And sure enough, every time it does. I have to
don't-
wait 30 seconds.
You don't drive a lot, do you, Russ Factor?
I don't. I'm a professional passenger.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're a passenger princess, and it's like driving Miss Daisy. Russ Factor does not like to drive, has never liked to drive.
Nope.
It's always been driven around.
That's right.
And I like that about you,
Hand me that
Russ
aux
Factor.
cable. I'll keep us entertained.
Give me that ox.
Fleshy was always the driver. Hated being the passenger. Never wanted to be the passenger. Always wanted to drive until suddenly he's like, no, I'm a passenger princess now.
There you go, Fleshy. Now you saw the light.
Oh, it's a race now. If we're going somewhere, I throw my shoes on. I don't even know if I have my clothes on. I'm jumping in the passenger side before she can say no.
Why don't you just throw that driver's license in the trash and get yourself an ID?
Well, I've had a few instances where the police have done that for me.
Oh, me too. Partially why I'm a passenger princess. But that happened, honestly, my stuff, this is crazy. My stuff happened a lifetime ago. A lifetime ago. Like we were in the early aughts. And then I just quickly was like, yeah, you know what? I like being a passenger. And my wife sometimes on long drives is like, you know what? I sure would like it if you drove. And I'm
then-
like, oh, I don't have a license. I could go get one. I have an ID. I don't think they'll
then-
like if they pull me over and I show them this.
And then it was born.
Yep. Yeah.
Then you were born. I was just looking through back on the comments. Coincidentally, Manny McCraven's favorite Cops episode is also one of my favorite Cops episodes. The episode, I know it's hard to believe a guy was out in his wife beater. Maybe
On
he had his
Cops?
shirt
No,
off.
you guys are lying. Come on. You guys
And
made this up.
he had just all this silver paint around his mouth. And the cop walks up to him and goes, "Hey, bud, what are you doing?" And the guy goes, "Painting."
He wasn't lying. He wasn't lying. If you think
He was
about
painting
it,
his lungs.
technically, yes.
He was painting his lungs.
Was it silver? He was giving himself one of them hillbilly grills.
Hillbilly Grills. Paul Wow. Yeah. And then he was saying that it's the replacement. It's not the original bassist from Weezer. And Weezer hasn't had a good song since Pinkerton album. I would argue that they haven't had a good album since Blue.
Blue?
None,
I was never. I really don't
Their
know a lot
Blue
of
album.
Weezer albums.
Is this
but
the
I know-
episode right here?
Much alcohol have you had to drink tonight?
No, this isn't it, is it?
No.
No, I thought that was it. Damn.
You can probably find it. Just put cops guy huffing paint.
Yeah, I did Cops Paint Huffer. Oh, this
might-
guy right here. These guys?
It's off. Look at that guy. It's Reno 911 in his shorts. There's a guy that doesn't have a shirt on.
What you got there?
Oh, yeah, this is it. Look at this.
How old are you?
Look at his friend. Watch his friend.
Paint all over his mouth. Scroll up. I can't remember.
I did Paint Huffer. I thought I saw somebody with a bunch of paint on their lips here, but maybe I didn't. Yeah. I mean, you guys, you got to realize there's thousands of episodes of Cops, man.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
and Corey's seen all of them.
No, till about 96. I haven't seen all of them.
When did Cops get canceled?
It's still going.
It's still going.
Yeah. It's the longest running TV series since the
TV show
Simpsons.
Cops was canceled by Paramount Network in June 2020. So you're wrong, but no, it ran
they
for
brought it
fucking
back.
ever. Oh, they brought
it back. Yeah, they brought it back. They canceled it, but it's back. You can get I think they canceled it in like 2019. And then they brought it back. Cuz there's episodes as early as they came to Wichita like last year and filmed episodes in 2024.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Hold on to your britches. I found something.
Oh,
for
yeah,
you.
yeah. Here you go. 2019. Oh, they brought it back pretty much almost immediately.
Yeah.
2021,
Yeah,
22, 2023, and 2024. On whatever Fox Nation is. Man, this shit bounced. Fox, Spike. Oh, yeah. So that's when Paramount got involved with Spike. And then whatever Fox Nation is.
There's been 1,100 episodes of Cops.
Wow. And you've probably seen 722 of them.
No. How many episodes they do a season? When they start?
I mean,
Like, when did they start? What's it say?
look at this. They did long seasons, 42, 45, 40. Like back in these days,
Yeah,
episodes
that's
for a normal
yeah.
show were 24 episodes.
Yeah, go to like
All the way up to
93. That's-
here where 2008 like shows started getting down to like 13 episodes, and now we
Go
have
back.
shows where they're 8.
Let's go back up there real quick. Is that Wikipedia?
Yeah.
Okay. I let's see. So 15, I saw 46,
Yeah.
86, 89 to 93 was my like heyday. 94 heyday. Yeah, I've every single one of them.
Look at that though. Like I said back then, your average episode count for a show was 24. But Cops was here like, nah, we're gonna do like close to 50 a year. That's crazy.
I believe it had something to do with it was at one point they may have canceled it for a bit, but then it was immediately turned right back on because of the outrage. I mean, it didn't even skip a season.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15,
Look at
16.
episode or season 33. See that? Or season 30. That's when it kind of split. And then it started going way down and having dual seasons on Paramount.
Yeah.
But it had to have been, scroll down a little bit more. Does it tell, because I see where it says syndication. It has to be one of the longest running shows.
I would think so. Yeah, you say it started in 1993?
No, 89 or 88, I think.
89, 88? Oh, okay.
89. March 11th, 1989, it first aired.
Yep.
Yeah, that was my heyday. 8th grade, baby.
And they put out fucking DVDs and stuff. And
Yeah, it
everything.
got really stupid when they started doing like Cops 2.0 and Cops
Oh, I
Reloaded
remember
and-
Cops 2.0. That's about where I fell off completely. I was like, oh, whatever. You guys are just
The
trying
worst
to-
thing ever. The worst thing ever was when they started doing like best of, like In Hot Pursuit, and then they started doing Shots Fired, and then they started doing bad girls and caught in the act and all sorts of dumb things. And that just really made me mad because I'd already seen them episodes.
Yeah.
We've already seen them bad girls.
We've already seen those bad girls. I don't want to see some new bad girls. You know they're out there because they're getting caught every day, boy.
We know they're out there.
What
We've seen
about World's Wildest Police Chases? Remember those shows?
Yeah, I do remember. I remember that.
Wasn't that like
I'm Sheriff John Brunel.
that was like Spike TV, man? And we saw up here they got a hold of cops for like 2.5 years. But yeah, that's where they were doing wildest police chases and shit. It was not the same because it was so pre-produced that it wasn't even entertaining to watch the interactions.
And then the cops made like national news, maybe like 2010-ish.
Yeah.
When those behind the scenes, those one things, Fleshy P. You remember when they would start doing like when they'd try to arrest prostitutes, where they'd be next door in the hotel rooms, and they'd have like all those TVs.
The hotel room stings.
Yeah. So then they got not caught up, but they caught a girl. I cannot remember her name, but she almost got out of doing this because she thought she was signing a cop's release to let her go. It had something to do with how she was trying to off her husband, but she was having somebody else do it for her. So like she was paying somebody, but it ended up being somebody from Cops that she was trying to play. And then she almost got off for it. But she was convicted of and sentenced to like 15 years to prison for trying to off her husband. But like her main defense was, I was told I was on an episode of Cops, so I just went with it.
Oh.
And she almost won. And I don't know, I can't remember what ended up happening, but she kept appealing and it was in Florida, of course. It was either Florida or Germany, where things happened like that. But the Supreme Court, I'm almost
surprised more lawsuits didn't happen with these people where their attorney was able to figure out, because I mean, you're being filmed for TV, and they were using this. There's got to be plenty of legal shots in there for a good attorney to get shit fucking dismissed. And we never heard about some of this shit ended. So maybe it did happen a lot. We just never heard about that.
Yeah, there was all those cases where the cops were being told that the producers, hey, go out and do something, find something to do. So then they'd like stop and frisk guys. There were a couple cases where they just jumped out and stop and frisk folks, and they'd find guys that had guns on them and were felons, and those cases got overturned for illegal search and seizure, that type of stuff. But
No probable cause.
yeah, you had to have a little bit of a reasonable suspicion, but the defense attorneys always really used those videos on Cops and like.
But you got to think about
versions.
what we saw on Cops. It was never like we went out and we never saw them like mass murder. It was always just this petty bullshit, or some crimes that are kind of low level heinous crime kind of bullshit. But they never did anything like major on Cops. So that's what I was kind of getting at, is like there's probably plenty there that if you got enough money for a good attorney, they could probably get you out of whatever's going on if you were busted and filmed live for Cops on Fox.
Damn.
I like the new videos now, though. The one where the cop's walking up to the car and the guy's got his phone out and he's like, I'm recording for my safety and yours, and I'm not rolling my window down.
The only people that I cannot stand more.
I know my rights. I know my rights.
So many YouTube followers are those people that go and like audit post offices.
Oh my God.
It drives me absolutely
fucking
insane as well.
Batshit crazy. And
it's
they have
a federal
millions
building.
of people.
I have all the right to be here and film and yada yada yada.
Yeah. And then they're just like they find someone in there who's like mentally ill, who's like kind of, freaking out a little bit, and then they just exploit it and like eviscerate the situation and like That's that shit
I
on the
hate
internet that
that
just
shit.
pisses me off, man. It's like and the whole you go to a lot of comment sections and it's like, bro posted this thinking people were gonna be on his side. You're a fucking dick. Stop doing this.
Here's I have two causes that I'm gonna take up as the Slotmaster 316 on YouTube. Follow me. Cause numero uno, Russ Factor. What say you? Take a peek at this.
Number one.
I am going to try to get folks to stop playing Huff and Puff, any form, all forms.
I can
That's my
I can get behind that. Yeah.
That's my number
I
one
second
crusade.
that.
Okay.
Number two crusade is to unfollow all those assholes that audit post offices.
There you go. There you go. You follow some of
I've
them
never
already?
heard of this.
I don't follow any of them.
Let it be known.
This is something new to me.
This
I've
is
never
something
heard
new
of
to
it.
you. You're on the internet all bloody day, and this is new to you.
I've never
And the-
heard of it.
In the Lord's year of 2025, Russ Factor, April 9. I declare no more Huff and Puff, and it is my crusade. You know, like Bob Barker ends it, make sure to get your pets neutered and spayed or whatever.
To protect the pet population, you know?
Yeah, I'm going to say protect the world, the YouTube population. Don't play Huff and Puff, and don't follow auditors.
Yeah, auditors.
My favorite.
Don't even look it up, does he? Don't even get in that.
Yeah,
it's
'cause
a
your
it's a-
your
it's a
algorithm
slippery slope.
Your algorithm will instantly become tarnished, and you will know
Oh, not
exactly.
Mine. Not mine. Mine is fucked.
Yeah,
But
it actually might clean
Well, if
hers
yours
up.
is fucked, you're gonna get this right on top.
Okay.
It'll just pile it
The
right on top of the other
absolute-
shit.
Absolute worst slot machine that I cannot stand is Huff and Puff Money Mansions. That has got to be.
It's all the Huff and Puffs, and we say the first Huff and Puff's
All
the
the
best
Huff and Puffs are
Puff,
bad.
but it's bad
But that
too.
has got to be the ultimate worst.
Who makes the Huff and
I
Puff
would play
machine?
the stupid 3-reeler Huff and Puff before I
makes-
played Money Mansion.
and Puff.
Light and Wonder.
Well, let's run Light and Wonder out of business.
No.
No.
Light and Wonder makes fantastic
No,
games.
they make Huff and Puff though, so fuck them. You know.
Light and Wonder makes
Hey,
fantastic
you
games.
gotta. Sometimes you
No,
gotta
no.
sacrifice to make the world better.
No.
We all have our individual views, and Slotmaster doesn't necessarily back all views that are voiced on this channel.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Thanks for the
Light-
disclaimer, Duzzy.
I mean, we're
Thanks
just
for
gonna.
that.
You just gotta send you out with my dad more, so you can broaden your fucking horizons and figure out other games to play, and we can run Light and Wonder out of business.
Light and Wonder makes Frankenstein. Light
Ah,
and
well, they're
Wonder
taking those
makes-
out of your casino, so you don't care anyways.
That right. But I go other places. Light and Wonder makes Ultimate Firelink, one of my faves.
Yeah, is that monkey balls?
You can't be off. Yeah, you can't be off with all Light and Wonder.
They make Huff and Puff though, and they make a lot of them. Evil Light and Wonder
That would
Corporation.
explain why my
They're like Disney.
Firelink went shit in the bed on me.
I've already banished. I can't banish Light and Wonder. I like those too many of those games. I hate Huff and Puff.
Yeah.
I love Ultimate Firelink. It's the greatest, one of the greatest games ever made. They make I've already boycotted Konami, Russ Factor. Rich Little Piggies, that's Light and Wonder? Didn't know that. Okay. All right,
Spartacus.
go on. Suck on it. Huff and love me some Spartacus. I may have to play that ASAP. Love Spartacus. Plinko never played it. Never played any
This
of
is
that.
all they got, dude.
No, that's
Nah.
not. There's more than
Oh,
that.
this is available upcoming. Available. Here we go. Oh, those are available. Those are new ones that are coming.
Yeah.
So here we go. Let's here we go.
In the Zone. Atlanta. Squid Games. I hate that game. Bass Blitz. Okay.
They make the Leprechaun game.
Jesus, they have
Chomp.
175. They have 304,095 results here, pal.
Hey.
And their website's so bogged down.
Go to the H section.
Ow.
And let's rank how bad the Huff and Puff series is.
Oh, let's
go
just do
to
slots.
apply and then just put Huff and Puff.
Their website is the jankiest website in the world. Like,
Yeah, I'm on a different.
Like, I understand why their website shit, because, like, who the fuck goes to a slot machine company's website, like, as a player? Like, these websites probably don't see a lot of traffic. I'd like to go in there and see some game info about Professor Clank's 10K ways.
Some
No.
people
They
are
make-
saying that Huff and Puff has taken over like Buffalo took over.
Yeah, but it's terrible.
They do the 88 Fortunes too? No.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
do the drum, the
Yeah.
drums with Margaret, and they also do Moolah.
Well, moolah.
Yeah,
Their
they do.
whole website.
I played a little of that for Tilt Pin last time.
Their whole website is just absolutely jacked. Available.
Right. So there's Huff
slots.
and Puff. That's the original OG. Hats is the only situation that you can get in. Then there's Huff and Even More Puff Grand that just came out. Huff and Even More Puff has it's even bigger by adding a third wheel. So there's 3 wheels on the Huff and Puff Even More Puff Grand. Jesus, let's make this even more volatile.
I can't even load their website. That's how shit they are. Their website's like Huff and Puff.
Huff and Even More Puff Hard Hat Edition.
Yeah.
Takes Huff and Even More Puff to the next level. Perceived persistence. Hard hat can trigger the classic, so there's that big hat in the middle. That's the one we just got. And we just got the mansion one that you hate, Fleshy.
Can't stand it.
What's the one we saw when we were out with Bubba? Was that the new
Huff and More
That
Puff
was the
Power
mansion.
the
4.
mansion?
The Power 4 is also god awful. It is so volatile.
Isn't there
it's
one called like
ridiculous.
Extra as well with an X?
Yeah, it's a 3-wheel.
I'm just thinking of the 3-wheel one. I can
Oh,
just
that was
see
terrible.
NG playing that now, telling his powerful subscribers, okay, guys, I am down 2.5 million and I have not hit a bonus yet. Let's continue.
You know who loves him some Huff and Puff?
Who?
Benji?
I've never heard.
The old roulette master.
Yeah,
Huff and-
I have watched some terrible things happen.
In his
Coming-
defense, though, he's gotten some pretty good lucky streaks. Look
Have
at the
you-
time he was
have you
getting all
ever-
the bloody mansion
have you
features.
ever
and then the
watched-
guy gets the hat bonus and it becomes all mansions. Like this guy is
Twin hates the fact that he loves Huff and Puff so much.
But Fleshy, have you ever watched a man that you are friends with while you're waiting 15 minutes to get into Tony Roma's steakhouse lose $3,000, tweaker spinning $25 spins on Puff and Huff in 15 minutes?
Puff and Huff.
they got Puff and Huff now?
Huff and Even More Puff, where it's going to be so puffed out you won't even know what you're going to be able to do.
You know
with
how
it.
much money I've lost on Huff and Puff in my lifetime?
0.
Probably like $150.
I've probably lost.
Back when I played it. And that was way before we had some of these variants we had. I stopped playing it after like whatever Huff and Puff 2 was.
Even Huff and Even More Puff.
Yeah, Huff and Even More Puff. That's about the time I played that a couple times. I'm like, fuck
No, wait.
this game.
It's Huff and More Puff.
Huff and More Puff.
That's number 2.
Yeah, I quit playing right around then when I was like, even the first game, I was like, this game fucking sucks.
Last year when we finally got a Huff and Puff, I think I threw $20 in, got a bonus, and went, oh, you bish. And that's the last time I played it.
Get out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come back.
Your
And I
Duzzy
do
is
not
up
play
lifetime.
games.
And then the old slot masters here like, but I love Light and Wonder, but they make the worst game. Like the worst game. And we have a friend who can't stop playing it. I'm like, fuck this whole they're Disney to me at this point.
Why? What's
Put a
wrong with
shot
Disney?
color.
What's wrong with Disney? I do like Monkey Balls though. That's Light and Wonder. I do like Monkey Balls.
It is.
That's my favorite game to play with you at Circa right next to each other on stream. And people love that. We sit down and we're like, we're going to play the same game together because they got 2 of them. And then they have the other 2 right over down the way, right back around the corner. And that's one of our gimmicks we do at Circa. And that's some of our favorite gameplay.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Did you watch many of my Vegas streams last time?
I did. I lurked a lot. I lurked a lot.
Did you see when I was chasing that $10,000?
Yes.
Okay. Guess who hit it?
Ooh.
Take a wild guess. We saw her at
That fucking see.
chick that called me fat.
Oh, no.
Yeah. That's not the fat. That's not the slot master. That guy's too fat.
The slot slut. I
Something
call her
like
that because
that.
that's not her handle anymore because she got banned.
The
for it.
slot sled. Ah.
So
And
she-
then prior to that, or short thereafter, she hit a mega on Ultimate Firelink. Right there.
dude,
after.
she was there again. Did you interact with her at all?
I saw her. Bob was screaming at her the next
Does he-
night,
he
and
knows
that's the
her?
only reason I. Yeah,
Because
he
we
knows she was
knew her because you were kind of unclear at first, but Bob knew who she fucking was, and you figured out who the fuck she was because she already had you blocked from.
Yeah, I asked her. I was like, "What? You blocked me? How can you follow me?"
Because she was tied in with the whole situation back when people were. She's one of those people who was
She's still
buddy
playing
with
for
people
people.
playing for people, man.
She's not buddy. She is playing
And
for people.
the thing
on her
is
stream.
we kind of got the vibe that she was kind of geeked out a little bit. And what's funny is we were drunk as shit, and like we were like, hey, Russ Factor, we're gonna put your stream on, and we had a bunch of people come hang out like on my channel at Circa like late night. We were like drunk as shit. Well, I was. They were a little buzzed up too. And she came over and started all that shit, but we fed into it a little bit for entertainment value. At like 2-3 in the morning. You and I are wandering around Circa the next morning after going to bed for a little while. And it's like 10:15 a.m. And she was still at that same fucking machine.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like...
So this chick live streams. She's got a channel.
Yeah, she's got a very,
it's on
very,
Clapper.
very tight-knit crew on Clapper.
That's
all
appropriate for her.
Yeah.
She'll be on Clapper.
Yeah, but she was at that machine literally 7 hours later. Still there.
Same machine.
And
I wonder what her player points
I
are
still
looking
had
like.
enough-
And that's what's
had
weird
enough
to
juice
me.
flowing through me. I was like, I'm gonna go over there and confront her. And Slotman's like, no, don't. It's like, I'm gonna do it. And he's like, no, don't. And he said it in a way where I was like, okay, pal, for you.
I get embarrassed.
I won't do it, but we should have.
I don't like confrontation. I'm
Because
really
she
shy.
deserved it. Because I would have went over there so polite, and we would have watched her crash out and get kicked out of the casino at 10:15 a.m.
I was watching Bob's stream, and I saw her. I go, "Hey, she's back!" Right there.
You should have said, "That's not her. She's not that fat." Uh-oh.
Yeah, she was just. I thought something was wrong. So my wife.
Your
had to leave
producer?
some.
Your producer's over there.
My junior producers came down. And
That's
told
the
me
first
a
time
fact.
she's seen that studio since I've changed it for you.
No, it wasn't her.
I
It
kept
was some
asking
kids.
her while she was there. I was like, Kelly, you seen what I did? And she's like, no, I don't go down there.
I don't care. I don't go down there. I don't care.
I was like, I want you to be proud of me and my work, Kelly.
She didn't care.
She still hasn't seen it, has she?
No,
No.
it's not.
She doesn't give a fuck.
It's all right. I think I'm going to go to the casino now. You've got me all fired
but
up,
we were
Russ
going
Factor.
to have Kelly on, but I guess we've ran
All
out
right.
of time.
Are we
Yeah, I
getting a
guess-
live stream?
Yeah, I'll go live, Fleshy P, just
All
for you.
right.
I'm going to give Fleshy P some shout outs. Fleshy P, there was something that, I know. Duzzy said she was going to go take care of business. Fleshy P is in big trouble. What'd you do, Fleshy P? You want to talk about it?
Hold the cat.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
Cat.
I forgot. Yeah, and then he was just sauntering around like it was nobody's business and taking his GD time, and he was just doing this, and he was doing that, and Duzzy was stuck holding the cat.
The cat was losing its full effing mind,
Wait, what?
scratching the shit out of me.
You got a
And
cat?
he's like, we got two.
Why haven't
We've
I
got
seen any
Paul.
pictures of this cat?
We've got Paul and we've got Giggles. And Giggles is a baby.
Wait.
He's in the movie.
What are their names?
And I was Paul and Gig. Well, it was Paul and Ringo, but
Paul
he's Giggles.
and Ringo, but you renamed Ringo Giggles.
Yeah.
I do like
Well,
it.
because he walked around making these weird little chirpy noises.
I'm not worried about this story more as I'm worried about how I haven't seen pictures of these kitties.
I'm sorry.
Russ is a cat kid.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Ringo Giggles is
I wanna
a
see some-
dwarf.
Within 15 minutes of the show being over, I expect that. At least one
He's a
picture of
dwarf
each cat in the
Maine
Discord.
Coon.
But continue. Tell me about what happened there. Now that we've gotten
He's a
over
dwarf
this.
Maine Coon. that was raised.
Oh, a Mancoon.
By-
I'm familiar. Our friends had Mancoons.
Yeah,
They're
that he
like
was raised
big
by
fucking.
Foxes.
You would hate Mancoons, Slotmaster. They're like. I don't even know if I would. I mean, I would love a Mancoon, but like, I just want normal kitties. Mancoons aren't normal kitties. They're like.
Maine Coon. This guy's a dwarf.
Oh, so he's like a tiny Mancoon.
Yes,
That is kind of cute.
So Fleshy's like, I gotta go get something.
I had to get something off the porch, so she's holding the cat because he's at the age where he wants to run out the door and explore the world. And I'm still waiting to get him fixed, so I don't want to let him outside without.
How long
being
you had
fixed.
this cat?
He's
We
only
got him in Thanksgiving.
yeah,
Oh, he's new,
4
brand
months.
new.
Yeah, he's about 6 to 7 months old. But anyways, I got the door open and I'm kind of kicking around trying to find my slip-on shoes. And she's like, "What the hell are you doing? You're just stepping out on the porch for a minute to grab something." I'm like, "Well, I don't want my bare feet out there. It's cold."
It is
It's
not
cold, and my feet are supple.
I am Fleshy P. I cannot handle my foot being cold.
Meanwhile, the freaking door is open. Giggles is losing his mind, ripping me apart, and has wormed out to now I've just got a hold of his tail and I can't like grab his body. And if you grab him by the scruff of the neck, he loses his fucking mind. And he's like, "Well, I gotta get my shoes on." I'm just, "Get the fuck out."
I like that.
Oh no. I was bleeding. Oh.
Well, I was wondering why she had to go take. She said in chat that she had to go take care of Fleshy P. Fleshy P is in trouble, and I had forgotten that it was about him sauntering around
How old is his other
Yes.
cat?
and taking his time.
Paul?
Yeah, Paul.
Paul is a ginormous. Okay, he's named Paul because he came from Bountiful. Paul the polygamist.
Never heard of it, but I like it.
I'll just Google it.
Yeah, Bountiful FDLS. But he's a ginormous gray and white tuxedo who does nothing but sit and judge.
Okay, how old's he?
He's 8.
He's
So you've had
he's
him
going
for
on.
the- So you got a new cat over the holidays.
This is our third new cat.
You have 3 cats.
No. No.
Oh, uh-oh.
Yeah.
What happened?
Here's the part. Fleshy P
Yeah.
left the door open.
Yee, goodbye, kitty. Have
Back
fun in
in.
Russia. I mean, North Idaho.
It's worse. Well, he was kind of my.
No, Avery was.
Oh, you're
first.
talking about
Avery
Avery.
survived.
Oh,
So
no,
you had 4
there's 2
cats.
There's
stories.
another one.
She's really confusing Russ here. Really, how many fucking cats was it?
How many cats died?
You should tell him about the 13.
Okay, we had another cat. He just disappeared. We don't know what happened.
Avery Tobias.
And then we had another girl. We named her Ava. Well, she was just this cutest little thing, clingy. And I used to pick her up to hold her so she can look out the window. And then I started feeling sad. We finally started letting her out a little bit.
See, that's
And then
That-
she would go out and she would climb up on the roof. And
Ooh.
I'm not getting my ass up on the roof anymore. And so we decided one day she was outside. And I said, "Oh, the hell with it. She'll be fine. We're only going to be
Mother's
gone
Day.
a few hours." Yeah, Mother's Day. We came home and there's this cat on the road.
Oh.
And Desi said, "What that?
I said,
That's
don't look.
our
I
cat."
said, don't look.
Oh, but I looked.
Oh, but he
That's your
looked.
fault. I told
You
not
said,
to.
"Don't look," and he went.
Yeah.
Yeah,
At
you
what?
never say to somebody "don't look" because that's natural reaction to look.
Not to be racist,
Yeah.
but no, that's. I was making a comparison between things you just shouldn't say before you do exactly.
Oh. Okay.
But in this
That's
place,
like when
it
I
was,
walk into
he
your bedroom when
looked.
you're changing and you say "don't look." I'm like, "What? Look at what?
Yeah. Look at them titties.
Don't
Look
look.
at them tatas."
Look at them. Look at them titties.
looks
Hey
so
babe, look at
good.
this fruit bowl.
Yeah.
Sagging but still gagging. Oh my goodness! Wow.
Oh shit. All right. On that note,
3000 back in college.
throat goat.
Goat
Your
3000.
nickname was the throat goat.
In college.
Oh man.
I don't know if we have time for this to unwrap this one. Russ Factor, we're going to have to do two things. We're going to have to talk about the throat goat next week, and we're going to have to interview my wife. We ran out of time for both of those. Thank you guys so much for watching tonight. Make sure to download.
The music stopped because I'm playing it myself this time. Go ahead.
Make sure to download. Make sure to follow Slotmaster316. Make sure to follow Fleshy P. Make sure to follow Duzzy. Make sure to follow the Russ Factor show. Russ Factor, you got a show coming on for Friday night?
Yeah, we're gonna address some misinformation. Hold on, I'm setting it back down.
Don't stop.
I don't know
playing.
how to do this at the talk at the same time and actually imagine what I'm saying at the same time. So I'm gonna do this. We're gonna address some misinformation about the the news we shared about Nintendo last week. Some of it's not as bad and some of it's worse. I'll give you a little preview here. The carts, we talked about the carts, how they were going to be tied to accounts. That's not the case. But the free game that shows you all how to use the console that's not free, that was going to be $5, is actually $10.
I got you, Rush. You can stop with your fingers.
Nintendo did confirm that the new cartridges are going to have the same terrible taste to prevent children from wanting to swallow them as Switch 1 carts. And all that and more coming up Friday with Russ Factor and Danny Hyphen. And then Danny Hyphen goes away the following week to Hawaii.
Where's he going?
Hawaii.
Hawaii?
Yeah.
Huh.
All right. New shirts.
Yeah.
Maybe
I can come be a guest host on your game show.
Get the fuck out. Come here. Come to my house. That's all you have to do.
From here.
Oh, yeah, you can't play games with me, but we'll figure it out. Maybe we can play them online. You want to download COD and get to Verdansk?
Ooh, yeah, let's do that.
Let's figure that out. That'll be next Friday.
All right, everybody. Love yous. Have a good night.
Fleshy P.
Hold on. I got 2 words of wisdom. What are those 2 words? 2 and 2. Don't play Huff and Puff, and don't follow any post office auditors.
Fleshy P.
See? I'm getting better.
I'm here.
Love you, buddy.
Love you too. Sending love from Canada.
Get out of here. Good day, Russ Factor.
I'll see you next week.
Is that the throat goat?
End it.